morning, and welcome to Tuna Commander Glapohkpa Chesson talk show on this beautiful, beautiful Thursday morning, September the 21st, 2023. I woke up this morning with a totally different view to my Liberian society and my Liberian people. I don't know if I can help all my people. I don't know if we can change our nation together. But I do know one thing, that each and every one of us can act through our tribes, our tribal communities, our ethnic communities to change our country. Maybe I cannot reach every Liberian, but I know those people that support me and who believe in what I do, I can reach them. And I can also reach my people in Carisburg, Liberia. It is my responsibility. I cannot take it lightly. I don't know if I even want to work for the Liberian government anymore. It's not my dream. No. My dream is to make money, to build my family up in Liberia. I don't want to work for Liberian government. It's a losing battle. I will have to be a rogue. Liberian people don't believe in self-will and the power of unification and integration. Those are things that I believe in. Those are things that are necessary if our country must change and grow. And if I can help my people as a diverse nation and as a diverse people with the consciousness and understanding of who we are, what we are, or what we want to be, and what direction we're going to pursue. These are things that are necessary for my country. And if I can't do it through the masses of Liberian people, then I got to focus on my family and those people that I have come together with as a family. So right now, last weekend, my cousin and I from Carisburg, you-Yah Garnet, spent the weekend together with my wife. And to my Carisburg family, especially Benjamin Green Fremont family of Carisburg, you-Yah Garnet is the secretary of our family right now. And all family members will soon begin to hear from you-Yah Garnet, inviting you to the first family meeting of the Benjamin Green Fremont family of Carisburg. We have failed to do this. My family has never been together since the murder of our grandfather and father and relatives and cousins. Benjamin Green Fremont and his name cannot die in the Liberian society. We owe a great deal to our father, Benjamin Green Fremont. And although the Carisburg people under Tutman were afraid to talk about Ben Fremont because Tutman killed Ben Fremont, the whole of Carisburg blaming Talbot because our anger was misdirected. Our investigation of the death of Ben Fremont was flawed. And as the heir of Benjamin Green Fremont, I'm taking my position now to bring my family together. Everything we own in Liberia that is Ben Fremont, we got to bring it together as a family. We will not be like the other families in Liberia. We will not be like the other families in Liberia. We will not neglect our family members. I will not take my grandfather's properties for myself. That wasn't the intention of my grandfather. My grandfather was a family man. He believed in family. He believed in unification, integration. He believed in fairness and justice. And that's why he brought our nation together. He brought all the chiefs of Liberia and put them in the House of Representatives because the masses of our people were not educated enough to know that you cannot be taxed unless you have representation in government. And because of the masses of our people did not understand the democratic process, my grandfather was wise enough to know that taxation without representation is illegal. So to ensure the taxation of Liberian people met with the representation of their interests and needs in the Liberian House of Representatives, my grandfather made sure that all the chiefs who were the absolute rulers of the tribes were brought into the House of Representatives of Liberia. So when we sat there, or when they sat there as leaders of our country and made decisions, it was viable, it was sound, because the representatives of Liberia represented every tribal group in our country. As a young boy, we didn't understand that. We laughed when we saw the chief's compound, when we used to see all the chiefs come from up country and come to the Chief Monrovia, and they had a place to stay. We didn't know all of that. But now that I'm educated and wiser, I know that what my grandfather did met the needs of a democratic advancement in our country. He did it. And now our country has not grown. Since my grandfather was Speaker of the House and nominee to the vice presidential position in the 50s, my grandfather led the Liberian delegation to the United Nations, where Israel was granted statehood because Liberia broke the deadlock. My grandfather voted for Israel to be a nation. Our people have lost sight of all of that. Our young children have no consciousness of the greatness of our nation. So, since I cannot reach my people because of their tribalism, because of their ignorance, because of their arrogance, stupid arrogance, I find it necessary now that we who are conscious of our history, of the greatness of our nation, go to our tribal people now, go to our ethnic group now, and unite them. Our country cannot go forward without unification of our tribes and our peoples. So, as I was saying, me and my cousin, you-Yah Garnett, met over the weekend, and she agreed to be the secretary of the Benjamin Green Freeman family. And we got to bring our family together. I don't believe in the lies, the deceitfulness of the Caribbean people. That's why Caribbean is as it is today. And my people, let me tell you something. Every one of our communities of deceitful, useless people is evident by the way they're living. There's no progress and advancement where they're living. The children don't have anything to entertain themselves with besides school. So we can see, look at Caribbean today. After being one of the oldest cities in Liberia, with Bernard Uriah, the richest man in Liberia. Look at Caribbean. It's a dump. It's a dump. Because like all other people, the Caribbean people failed themselves. They failed themselves. And the time for us to change is now. Just like the rest of our country, we too have to change our mentalities, our behaviors, and our actions toward ourselves. The greatest love of all is the love you have for yourself. And I wonder if my people love themselves. And let me tell you something that really hurt me. We got a great pastor that comes from Carrisburg, Darlington Johnson. I've always loved my people and Darlington. A few years back, this is when I broke off from my Carrisburg people. Because the leaders of Carrisburg, who's supposed to be the wise men of Carrisburg, have failed the Carrisburg people. The Darlington Johnson, the Stanton Johnson, the Benani Ure, the Kennedys, the Knuckles, all of them, they failed Carrisburg. They failed. Look at Carrisburg. It's a mess. Benani Ure, this young shit of a rogue, was mayor of Carrisburg, and he contributed nothing to Carrisburg. He was a political rogue. My own cousin is a damn rogue because he was mayor of Carrisburg. Instead of paving Carrisburg, bringing wells and things to uplift the lives of the people in Carrisburg, he was dead for himself. Now he left the mayorhood, the richest man in Liberia. He left the mayorhood, and Carrisburg isn't even paved. And I was telling you about Darlington Johnson. Our group, the Warsaw and Woodson, the Warsaw Woodson Ure Corporation, got together and decided to honor people in our society. So we sat down, we didn't know who to honor because we went from Liberia for so long. So people were cussing this, cussing that. Personally, I didn't want to honor any old person because the contribution they made to our country, our society, our city is terrible. It's mediocre and bullshit. You know, let's put truth where truth belongs. All the old people from our country we naming didn't do shit for us. They're the one created this selfish atmosphere in our country. So when we decided, our group got together, we set up a committee. They found about 4 or 5 persons they wanted us to honor. So we had the list. And everybody sat down, we talked about it. So after everybody left, I called my cousin Bill Walzer. He's the chairman of the group. I was the treasurer. And we had raised all this money. I became the treasurer because too many times people who take our group to want to lead it have been the very people to rob us. Everybody become treasurer, become president when they leave, all the money gone. Confusion. So I told them when they called me and said, Blue, you were raised by our auntie, Louise Walter Smith. So come and join us. I said, the only way I would join you, except I'll be the treasurer. I said, because too many times we invest our money into organizations and we find no fruitfulness. It's a flop. So they said, okay, yeah, be the treasurer. We raised almost $15,000 in less than a year. So we decided to have an honoring program to honor people, because we had all that money. You can't just keep it there. You got to double it. You got to raise more money. And you got to use that money to make money. So we decided to have this honoring program. And when we did, the committee selected the people. Darlington Johnson was one of the people that was selected. So after everybody left, I called my cousin Bill. I said, Bill, these old people, what have they done for our community? Look at Carrisburg, the same way it was since the time immemorial. All these people never talking about paving the roads or doing nothing or not uniting themselves. They never did none of that. I said, we can't be like that. So to start this new dispensation, let's honor Darlington Johnson alone. I said, this is our young brother. He achieved more than all of us right now. Let's lift him up. Let's raise him to the highest side and let him know that we respect him, we honor him, and we love him. Bill said, you're right, Rodney, let's do it. So we called a meeting, we said, look, we're honoring Darlington Johnson alone. We lift Darlington up and let him know that his success means a lot to us, and we honor him. We took $9,000 of our $15,000 to honor Darlington Johnson. The plaque we bought him were almost $2,000. We had an elaborate program. People came. And guess what? Darlington Johnson never showed up. Darlington Johnson was right in the locality, but he heard that we were honoring other people, so he felt that he was too good to come to be honored with other people. So he said, well, you're honoring people, you're honored them, so I'm not coming home. Darlington Johnson never attended that program. All those people came to honor Darlington Johnson. And Darlington Johnson didn't show up. He stayed home. You see how our people are so disgusting? This is supposed to be a man of God. And we honor him. His crowd of boys, I honor him. And he refused to come to the program. He stayed home. And this is a motherfucker that I'm going to go to church with. He's going to lay a hand on my head. Are you fucking joking? He's a selfish, arrogant, useless fool. Just as the other charismatic people, I put him and Benani Uri in the same class of people. Useless. That what charismatic, our family can't grow. We can't prosper. We can't advance because we got too many useless, greedy, wicked people right in my damn fucking family. And I'm tired with it, man. I'm tired with it. I go to charismatic 5 years ago. I went to Liberia. I said, let me go visit charismatic. I didn't want to go to charismatic because these people have been useless all their fucking lives. I grew up in charismatic every vacation. The people there, beside this vacation time, the people don't get on the 10 o'clock in the morning, 10, 11 o'clock in the morning. That's when they wake up. On a Saturday, I almost used to starve because I was from Monrovia. By 6 o'clock in the morning, I ready to eat, get out of my house and go and do things. In Charisma, the people are sleeping after 8, 9, 10, they're still sleeping. They're still sleeping. I used to be so damn hungry. And the woman who is to bake bread to sell in the town, she wakes up 10 o'clock to open her shop. Come on, man, how can you progress living like that? Then they used to call me wild because I used to wake up early in the morning. I was an early bird. Oh, they call me wild. They say, oh, Wobbly wild. You know, he can wake up, he can't sleep. He wake up early and start running all over the place. These bitches used to sleep on at 10 o'clock. Why? Because all night they're creeping behind other people, women, sneaking under the doors and things like that to have sex. Why you think half of them, all of them related? Huh? But that's how it was. Huh? How it was. And Benani Uri, that useless fool. Look at Carisburg, man. You mean you're a millionaire? I went Carisburg, no basketball court, no football, good football field for the children, nothing. The children sitting in the shop, just like Benani Uri then did when we were small. When I used to go Carisburg, all they used to do, sit in the shop where they got the booze and thing, drinking beer and talking about who got the most property. You got the most property, you're doing shit with it. What does it matter? What does it matter? But this is the frustrating thing that they don't understand. They are losers. My grandfather died in the 1950s. He was one of the men that brought killers were together. All these bitches forgot it because they were scared of Tubman, and some of them joined Tubman to kill Ben Fremont. Then they put it on Talbot. How would Talbot kill Ben Fremont? Talbot was never even close to Ben Fremont. Talbot didn't have that kind of power to give people medicine to put in Ben Fremont food. So the killers were put their investigation, the whole shit was wrong. They wanted to keep Bender, Tubman fooled them, used them. But not everybody was fooled. The woman who raised me wasn't no fool, because she always told me, don't let Tubman then hear you talking about being president of Liberia. My auntie always told me that. As soon as I go to a young boy, say, I want to be president. No, you don't want to be president. Don't let Tubman hear you talk that. They already killed their grandfather. What do you think they would do with you? So since my grandfather died, to this very day, Liberia has not honored Benjamin Green Freeman. All the things my grandfather did for Liberia people forgot about my grandfather because they were scared of Tubman. We have been fucking coward and useless people all our damn lives. That what Tubman used us like fools and stayed in power for 27 unbroken years. Can you imagine that? We follow these other native fools. George Weah will stay in power for another 27 years. And that's why I don't want nothing to do with the Liberian government. I want my people to come together. We got the resources, we got the land, we got everything. Now we got to bring it together. We got to form a cooperation and a board of directors for my grandfather's family property. I alone don't have power over that property. My mother knew that too. That's why she never touched her father's property, because she knew that my grandfather could not leave all his property just to 3 or 4 children. He couldn't. But the reason why he did that was to ensure that whoever rose among all his children to prominence will understand the responsibility to the rest of my grandfather's children. But my mom didn't understand, and my mom then wasn't educated. My mom knew something wasn't right. My grandfather didn't just leave her all that property for herself. She knew that. And that's why she gave me to my aunt to raise, because she couldn't raise me. My mom was not intelligent, not educated enough to raise me as a young child. And she didn't want my brothers and sisters who are Chessons to step all over me like they're trying to do now. But they can't do it, because I know more than all of them. I'm more Liberian than all of them. I'm a leader of my country than all of them. I know more than all of them. That's why I'm not fighting for my pa property. I don't want it. Let him take it. Okay? My pa got 20 children. I'm not going to fuss with my children, brothers and sisters. I said to my pa family, I told them what my pa wanted me to do. That what my pa appointed me head of the family. My brothers and sisters, they are selfish. They're thinking only of themselves. I'm not that kind of man. I'm not that kind of man. I love my people. If I didn't love my brothers and sisters, when I fixed all the documents when my pa died, I would have left them out. The other people were talking about, oh, you're only 7, you're only 6. No. When my pa was living, I knew 20 brothers and sisters. Why? After he died now, I would only know 6. Because of greed? No. No. I'm a follower of Jesus Christ. The whole is greater than the part. The whole is always greater than the part. And that's why our country can't grow, because we got a lot of deceitful, useless people. Our culture is a communal living culture. Our people come their Western culture and won't fight for property and all of that. That's not in us. And that's why I can do what my grandfather wanted me to do too. The same thing my father wanted me to do is almost the same thing my grandfather wanted me to do. He wanted me to bring my family together. My mom property is not for me and no my young brother, my free-time brother and sister, they don't understand that shit. They don't understand because they don't know that Liberian history. My mom had 2 children by a free-time man. My mom never taught them Liberian history because she never knew it. And that's why she gave me to Louise Walter Smith. But she couldn't give the 2 children away because she was married to her husband. So my brothers and sisters don't really know our history, don't really understand what it means to be a Liberian. And they got to know that my mom's property for my grandfather's family, not for us alone. So all that selfish bullshit in my family will cease and desist. I'm not a selfish man. I'm not a greedy man. I am a man who believes that what my father had, what my grandfather had, that's a blessing. If he left it to me, that's not something for me to depend on to survive. I am a man. I survive by the sweat of my brow. I'm a Christian. I'm not coming to look for that. And this is the lesson we can bring to our people. Stealing, corruption, diverseness, division, it doesn't benefit us in any way. In any way. So, the family that I can help, the family that understands that I am their leader, will come together and do what I want us to do. And that's to share everything in the right way, fairly, as a family. We can't say we're family, then one group of people want to steal from the rest of us. No. That's not how it works. If we're family from the beginning to the end. And everything we do got to be done fairly and according to the law, according to love for all of us. All this greed, this negativity, this hatred among family got to cease and say, I don't believe in that shit. I don't believe in it. And that's why I never go around my family, because I don't tolerate that bullshit. I don't. But now that it is my time to be the head of my family, we're going to change the shit. All of us will come together. All of us will benefit from whatever properties we got. We'll sit down together and put the properties on the table. You don't want to join us? Take your shit and go. But you will never come back to us as a family. You will never call us and we'll answer you as a family. This is where we must prove that we are a family. We'll come together. We'll form our leadership structure. I will establish the board of directors for the Benjamin Breed Fremont family. And every one of his children's family will be represented on that board. And that's how we're going to run our property. Our family will elect our leaders. That bullshit of greed, the carrots where people been playing, I don't want it in my family. That big shot shit where one person think they're the head of the family and they will do that, I don't believe in that shit. I believe in all of us sitting down and organizing ourselves, making collective decisions as one people, and benefiting from the wealth of our property. If we do not do that, other people will steal from us, other people will conquer us, and other people will seek to destroy us. My grandfather family has been divided. Well, we haven't been divided, we have never been united. My grandfather's family has never been brought together. And the time for the B.G. Fremont family is now. When I come to Liberia, we're going to have the first bike race in Liberia, 20 miles, $10,000 prize. The B.G. Freeman annual $10,000 bike race from Monrovia to Carisburg. Okay? The winner gets $10,000. Every year we do that. And to ensure that this happens, we're going to form an endowment. We're going to set up our corporation, form the board of directors. So my family right now, you'll be prepared to receive letters from you-Yah Garnet inviting you all to the first family meeting of the B.G. Freeman family. Okay? That will occur as soon as possible. We do not have a date yet, but when the family starts communicating through the website and the internet and online, we decide when we're going to have our first face-to-face meeting, where it will be in the world. And all of us will be there. Because my family will not be like the other family in Liberia. People try to take our bright rights from us. We are the leadership family of Liberia. Nobody can relegate us to anything less or other than what we are. So rise up, my family. Benjamin Green Freeman family, rise up. The time for a new leadership of our family, a new direction of our household. The resurrection of the name of Benjamin Green Freeman is now. So this is my show this morning to my people. This is my show this morning to my Carisburg family. I'm not talking about Shaita. Shaita is a different organization. Shaita never existed. The same corrupt and stealing and wickedness in Liberia is the same thing in Shaita. So I ain't got nothing to do with Shaita. This is the Benjamin Green Freeman family. The Warsaw people got their family. The Wilson people got their family. The you-Yah people got their family. Now it's time for my family to come together. I am the head of the Benjamin Green Freeman family, and we'll bring our family together. I ain't gonna play no Shaita man and talk about the whole Carisburg. No. The whole Carisburg has not treated my grandfather's family good. They have not done that. I can remember, they're just jealous, eh? Because even when the history of my family, when we tell the people, oh, we came from Thomas Jefferson Plantation, everybody in Carisburg, oh, that's a lie. We came from Thomas Jefferson. Now we know who came from Jefferson Plantation. Benjamin Green from my family. And that's a great, great, great heritage that we have to be African Americans and Liberian people. We represent the diaspora Africans as well as the African because we are the same people. We are one and the same people. And we got to recognize who we are. Our strengths rest not only in Liberia, we are a worldwide people. We are an international people. And as B.G. Freeman family, we got to understand, and we cannot be ashamed of our American roots. We are American people as well as Liberian people. And we're not hide our roots. We're not hide our roots. Okay? That shit that happened in 1980 to my people ain't going to happen again. Ain't going to happen again. Okay? But neither will it happen to our indigenous people. Because that was not who my father was. My grandfather was a unifier of Liberian people. He understood his mission as a leader of Liberian people. And our family would be a leadership family of Liberian people. Let me bring my correspondent in Liberia on, Mr. Simon Walker. Sam, how you doing?
Yeah, good morning, Roy.
You in the background listening?
Yeah. It's been a long story about Curious Boy and the family. I've been listening.
It's time to bring our family together, man. Our family
Yeah, that's
greater.
that's great. Yeah.
Our family can Liberia cannot grow, nor can we help ourselves until we come together as a family.
Mm-hmm.
All the tribal bullshit is not in
That's
our
true.
best interest. So since we got all these zogos and criminals leading our nation, we as a family need to come together to ensure our own safety and security in Liberia and among Liberian people. Because it is evident that these rogues want to destroy us and our nation, and we cannot let them destroy us. If the other Zokos, Liberian tribal people want these people to destroy them, let them join them, but they will not destroy us. We'll bring our family together. We'll raise money more than ever before. My power people, them, I crazy people, I don't want to deal with. Here is what people are the people I grew up with, are the people I know, are the people I love. So we got to do something positive for ourselves. We got to change our way of living. We got to change our lifestyles. And we can't be greedy. We can't be selfish. We can't be mean. We can't be evil. And Dawa Ben and you got to go to jail because we got to set example of that damn useless man and let him know you in power and you didn't bring your family together. All this money you got, you did spending on women and all women and all these useless things, activities. Talking about you gonna be president like Liberia. Who are you to be president? You even know how to clean your damn underwear. Huh? So the shit between your leg, you won't be president of Liberia. You capable? Better not you ain't capable of being no president, that nasty fool. You know what I'm saying? I will slap that bitch. Talking about you won't be president of Liberia. Where are you? Instead of you bringing your people together and their town together and making the life for their children better, you there sitting down there talking about you won't be president. A damn rule. Huh? What better than you got Prince Johnson? Huh? Cyril Allen. These guys are disgusting people, man. Charles Bright. Disgusting people, man. They rip our country off. We're coming for you. You know, you're supposed to be our crowd of boys. We're looking up to you to lead our country into a better direction. You're coming to steal every damn shit. Make us shame. Talk about you fucking millionaire. What better than you got to be millionaire? You sit there, the children. I mean, I was so mad when I went to kill as well 5 years ago, Sam. Better than you, Stanton Johnson, and what the other year name? Zebby Ure, and what the other name? Zebby Nuggles, and what the other year name?
Clemency, you.
And what the other year guy name? The other one that was better than our brother. What a you born name, man? All the boys, useless people, man. Useless. They said they go and live in Carrotsburg and live there just like their pa and ma were living. They road, the dust all over the place. You drive to Carrotsburg, your whole house covered with dust. You walk in the street, they drive by you. You black, you turn brown. Then they sit in the Carrotsburg. That's why they're dying like dogs. You know, they sit there and keep the country, this town, just like their ma and pa had it. Sam, I went there to Liberia. There something, man. I didn't know why I wanted to kill, but because I got so mad. I got up there. The same way better than you. Then you sit in the shop and talk, drink liquor, and there all day. They will sleep all in the day. Then by 3, 4, all of them will gang up in the shop and start talking about who got property, who's gonna be big shot, who ain't gonna be. I mean, they just talk bullshit. And I go curious, but 5 years ago, the children sit in the shop the same way. Sam, I just sat there because nothing in curious, but
Mm-hmm.
Nothing, Sam. They shop the same way. No music. People just sit down, just go sit down, buy beer and talk with it. Ice bar was full of beer, nothing else. Sardine, maybe one or two sardine on the shelf. I mean, I was so disgusted, man, to know that Bernard Ure is living in Kingsburg and he hasn't built a decent supermarket or decent store or something like everything. The man own everything in Monrovia. Bernard Ure, Darlington Johnson, the biggest regional pastor. He even got a good church in Kingsburg. Nothing the boys got in Kingsburg. Stanton Johnson ain't got shit in Kingsburg. And Clement Shaw, Clement Shaw started building something, but he didn't finish it either. I mean, Sam, I was so disgusted when I went there, man. No water. You mean bet all the money better than you can't build a well, he can't dig wells in those places and put pump on top of it for the people to pump water up. I mean, the children sitting there complaining about water. Water, Sam. How all these guys will have money and the people will suffer like that? Hey, man, come on, Sam. You see, these are people that destroy our country, man. They destroy our country with their selfish, evil ways. They destroy our country, Sam. Look at our children suffering. Their own relatives, they don't give nothing and the people die. That when they come to give shit. The man living, you help the man, you build a road for the man, you put well in the city, you do nothing. You build a store in Kingsburg or a restaurant for the people to have a good life. Some the men do goddamn change nothing in Kingsburg, man. And all of them are educated. The knockouts, the Ures, the Wadsworths, the Woodsons. Educated people and they do shit in Kingsburg. Useless bitches. Useless. Useless. I want to put a Brown camp and start a school there. All these bitches living right in Kingsburg into nothing. They don't even care for their own surroundings. Huh? These people don't know nothing but charity. They know nothing but love. Your own family members living around you. You will not put water there. You will not build a store or a restaurant or a gym or something for the little children. Hey, man, come on, Sam. If I had the money better than I have, when you go to Kingsburg will be different. It will be my city. I will have a gym, store, restaurant, bar, every shit will be all scattered through that city. People will be working. Because when you got all these things, you got to hire people. Better not that you didn't do shit for the people, man. You can't continue to get your people handouts instead of giving them the opportunity to have jobs. You open a store, you build a gym, you build a restaurant, you build something. You got to hire people. You hire people from right there. The money will stay right there. They generate. People will come from Monrovia to Kingsburg to party, to enjoy themselves. You put a movie theater there. If I had that kind of money better than you have, Kingsburg would be a paradise. For all of you who know me, you know that's not selfishness. You got to show love for your people. You got to show love for your community. You got to show love for your surrounding, man. You live in your place, and the place so nasty and dirty. No entertainment. Hey, man, that the epitome of selfishness. That the epitome of greed. That the epitome of uselessness. That the epitome of failure. Benani U.S., Stanton Johnson, Zebby Knuckles, Kennedy, what the other name, Kennedy, Boyhead Kennedy, Lloyd Kennedy, all these useless people sit down in that place. The road not paved, they sit down there and just drink beer and look at the dirt path as cars pass with the dead. Just their power then used to do. Useless people, useless people, useless people are coming home, my children. We change our city. We set up a committee to change our city. but I would start with my family. My father's family, my grandfather's family would be changed. I got that from my father's family. When I say my father's family, now I'm talking about my grandfather's family. My father's family has let me down. All the educated children in my father's family, I've been telling them for 30 years, you gotta put money together. Do you think they will put money together? You know how rich we'll be? Since my father died, Sam, and made me responsible, I've been telling them, you gotta put money together. They all laugh. They think it's a joke. Now these the same people in the future will come to Rodney Chesson to beg for money. And they expect me to take from our private family money and give them. It can't happen. It can't.
You gotta be strong when you come to Liberia because like a lot of things to me about the Corwell land. I going to visit a friend. His father's a surveyor. I said, oh, but Chesson got a land here in the Corwell place. Oh my man, that land is being encroached a long time. I wonder if he knew about it. I said, I will find out from him, but the land is there, but they said the land is being encroached on. A lot of people buying the land from some kind of family.
I don't care,
So
Sam.
that so you say when you're coming home, you gotta be strong when it comes to that Corwell land.
And Sam, my pa family don't have interest in their family property to their business. My sister won't be administrator. She only want a house that her mom built. Let him take it. Huh? My pa did it to his own family. You know, you go bring all these people in your family. Huh? You bring all these outside people in your family. You got to take care of your family, Sam. Why you think I'm bringing my family together now? Because what my parents did, I don't want it to happen to me. When I die, I want to leave a structured family with a board of directors to run shit good so my children don't suffer. Everybody will have a role to play. Everybody in the family will know their role in the family. You know, we ain't doing no selfishness. You start your selfishness, you're gone. You're gone. You start your dishonesty, you're gone. You're gone. You start to steal, you're gone. You're gone. That's why I want to start with my family. I want to see if we can raise real good money for ourselves. Because we can't draw other people. The things I believe in, other people don't believe in the same. So I'm wasting my time. Even with the Liberian people, I'm wasting my time because they want to follow foolishness. They want to be fools. You know we have no leadership in our country. You got to find people you trust to follow. But the same people lying and stealing from you, that the same people you trusting, something wrong with our society. I don't want to be a part of it. I don't want to be a part of it because I want to my own, but I want it fair way because I will protect it with my life. And that's why my my family includes people who trust me, people who believe in me, people who will do what I say. Because we can't continue living the same way, Sam. We can't. And for all of us who understand this and want real change, we gotta make that effort to make change happen among us. So the struggle gotta continue, brother. You see? Oh God, I just tired with the lies, the deceitfulness, the treachery. Sam, half of the people I knew in Liberia, some who've been in America, their behavior is totally different. Totally different. The way we used to live a family in Liberia, all these people here not just want raw people, steal from each other and do negative things. So the whole situation among us is just terrible. And that's why I gotta pay more attention to my family now. I gotta bring my grandfather people together. We gotta understand, you know, we got property. We got plenty of property. We got to bring all that shit together. And it's not for one man. My grandfather people, just like my father, Jihad is my father's children. I brought all of them together, but it's not my father's children no more. Okay? So that's why I had to leave them. The other people's children, they're not my father's children. Okay? So they want to be like other people's children too. They feel that they got to be other people's children to be accepted with class, with prestige. So let them go and be with it, but they're not my father's children no more among them. But those who really love our country, those who want our country to change, they got to be thinking positively. You can't want to do negative things and expect positive change. And this is why I stand with my family. So before we go, Sam, do your closing thing. Let me close up and talk. You heard what as we were talking about, so just do your closing statement along those lines and let's get out of here. You sleeping? Sam?
Yeah.
Oh, you sitting in there sleeping, my man?
At a UNG.
Okay, my man. I'll talk to you.
Yeah, you talk about the family issue myself. I'm not living. I'm well awake.
Okay, but let's
Yeah,
talk.
I'm getting. You getting me?
Yeah, we're waiting for you.
Are you getting me, brother?
Yeah, we're getting you. Go ahead.
No, I'm not living.
Okay,
You
go
getting
ahead.
me,
Do your closing thing. Let's go.
brother?
Do your closing remark now. Let's go. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I think Sam tired for the morning.
Yeah. Okay. No, I was just trying to relate to my own family too, but it's okay.
You breaking up, Sam.
I'm
Something
not
wrong with
living.
your phone. Okay, we'll talk tomorrow. Okay?
When you talk about
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry, my correspondent, Mr. Samuel Wicker, he's having some difficulties this morning with his phone and all of that. But it is what it is. We as a people gotta understand we have a challenge to be ourselves. That's the challenge we have. When we be ourselves, all other things will come together for the good. For the good. As Christians, that's the promise that Jesus gave us. When we believe and we trust, all things around us will come together for the good of those who love Him. You got to sit down and think about yourselves. We got to think about our country. Our country not moving in the right direction. I don't want to be caught up in a failing situation where I will spend all my life wishing and hoping and my country will never change. I got to do something positive to change the lives for those people that I love. I love my Liberian people, but if you don't want change, I can't help you. But the people I love that want to change and want to work with me to change, I welcome you. Let's work together. Let's bring our family together. Property cannot be an issue among us. Wealth cannot be an issue among us. There's enough for all of us. Even if we got one house, if we unite and set up a board and understand how we're going to structure our life, all of us can enjoy from now one property. But we don't understand that we want to be like white people. Just want to accumulate greed, accumulate. No, we don't need to do that. We don't have to be like other people. We don't have to be like other people. The little we have, if all of us come together with a sense to building all of our lives, we can change our life without one property. Without one property, and I try to bring that to sensibility to my young brother and sister who are my power children, but they don't understand it. They won't follow my bigger brothers and sisters who won't deal with on greed and corruption and lies. I can't none of that. That's why I can't join them. I gotta leave them. Because I'm a man who believes in people who want to work together, people who want to build their lives together and raise plenty of money together so all of us can live happy. But when people want to depend on other people and don't want to follow other people, when they know, because my brothers and sisters then I tell them, I say, brother, we know what you're doing. We know we'll regret it in the future. They say it and they still do it. They say, we know we'll regret it in the future because what you're telling us, we know is you can't be telling us for 20 years and it doesn't mean anything to you. But that's stubbornness. You heard about hard and stubbornness. That's it. They feel that they're hurting me by doing that. Oh yeah, don't mind brother, man. You think you can do it. But that's the right thing I'm telling you. So me and my papi, my grandfather people, gotta come together now. And we gotta change our lives. And we can do it. We can do it. We got the property. We just need to organize ourselves. Don't be greedy. Don't be selfish. Don't be mean. Don't be evil. And do what we gotta do. That's my lesson for this morning. We'll continue on this path. Okay? So you'll pay attention and listen up for the letter from a lawyer Garnet, inviting all of you to the Freeman family meeting. Okay? And Jesus Christ will never let us down. Okay? Have a good day, my people. My class is done. My show today was about bringing my family together where we need to strengthen ourselves and move in a more positive and blessed direction. Aluta continua.